starting this live off a little bit different because I'm feeding my crested gecko real fast. And I thought maybe you'd want to see him. He's so little, so you probably can't see him there, but I'll bring him up in a minute, and then we'll do some Christmas crafting. And I just realized I didn't bring my other phone so that I could read the live chat. But let me know if you're here. If you didn't know, you have to feed crested geckos a kind of like a blended fruit diet. You don't blend it. It's like a pack of, I don't know, you have to buy it. Anyways, and many crested geckos, you actually have to spoon feed. But most, you really only have to feed them a couple times a week, but mine wasn't really gaining weight, so I started feeding him or offering food like every other day. Hello. I promise we're gonna get into crafting. I just want to wait for a few minutes for you guys to come hang out. Okay. I'm gonna put him away, but I'll show him to you. I don't want him to jump around or jump off. So if you're not a reptile fan, you might not want to see how cute and little he is, though. I'm afraid you're gonna jump, cutie. This is Olive. He's kind of not the smartest, like he will actually just jump down here. There we go. But I'm gonna go put him in his cage so that we don't risk him jumping down. There you go, cutie. Put that in there. Put all of his hiding spots back. Okay. How are you guys this morning? I am going to go ahead and grab my laptop so that I can see your comments a little bit better. I am just going to be hanging out with you for a quick, hopefully, a quick little live stream because I wanted to try out an idea for my November Patreon and journal packs. And I really need to be getting my wildflower journal packs to the post office right now, but sometimes you have to think ahead quite a bit in order to make sure you have supplies for the next month. And so I had this idea and I wanted to try it out. I purchased 100 vintage Christmas postcards today from eBay. I found a pretty good deal, but they're very expensive. And I'm looking to get like 50 more, I think. But I'm trying to make sure that my main idea works or that I like it before I purchase the remaining. So let's go to live stream here. Hello, hi Julie, hi Bex, hi Michelle, Vicky, Romance with Art, how are you guys? Okay, got that there. So, yeah, I figured while I'm just trying out a quick little project. Okay, this tripod's awful, so I'm hoping that it doesn't pop off my phone. So we're just gonna keep it like that. And if you are new to my live streams, just know that I know you can't see my workstation too well, but I will always be happy to film a tabletop view, like a pre-recorded video for anything that you ever want to see. So if you see me working on something on a live stream and you're like, oh, I really wish I could see the details of that, just let me know. I probably already have a video out, or I will film one. Okay, so I am going to be mixing vintage items with non-vintage items. I do this all the time, and so let me see here. I'm going to be playing around with this paper pad, which is the Holly Jolly paper pad from Michaels. I have some ephemera pieces too. I don't know. Oh, I forgot about this. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have to try this out in this video too. I forgot that I got this gorgeous embossing folder. It's kind of hard to see the print, but I definitely want to use this. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas. What else can I do with an embossing folder? Like, yeah, you can emboss tags. You could use it for like a cover to a journal. And this is a pretty big one, but I'm not sure. Okay, then I'm going to be working with, I have some very old vintage Christmas postcards. And I want to turn these postcards into like a little mini folio, I think is what I'm thinking. So let me go through and pick up paper. I'm trying to come up with I always have like a main idea for my journal packs that I make every month. And so I'm trying to come up with the main idea, but definitely could involve the embossing folder. I kind of forgot about this and it's so pretty. Hello. Nice. I love that. Anti-caffeine crafts. That's an awesome idea. Yeah, I don't exactly know. Like I said, I know you can make tags, but well, because I'll say I don't love embossing like just scrapbook paper. I mean, sometimes it's okay, but I feel like it's a little too much. So I'm trying to think of, ooh, you know what? Let me get something out here real fast. This might be fun. Let me see if I have any more metallic paper. Yes, I'll do. My hair is all over the place today. Okay, let's try, what size is this? 5.5 times 8.5. Ooh, this could be like, okay, I'm trying to think of a size that works for these Christmas cards. Sorry, I'm kind of talking to myself here for a minute. Let me chomp this paper down real quick. Actually, I'm not going to use that trimmer because I don't trust it. I'm going to use this trimmer. It's all the way over here. Okay. I will say, oh, I don't know why I do this to myself. I hate embossing, but it is so worth it. Happy Thursday. Hello. Hi, Dawn. Okay. If you're just joining, I was just kind of not talking about much. I'm going to attempt to emboss some metallic paper, see what it looks like. I gotta get my embossing machine out. Oh, my hair is really bugging me today. Okay. Okay. My daughter gave me a challenge to drink this whole thing in a day. Ugh. I hate water. If I drink that entire thing in a day, it's going to be a miracle. She goes, yeah, if you win the challenge, I'm going to give you an early Christmas present. I was like, okay, honestly, girly, I was like, just because you are wanting mom to be healthy, like that, I'll say, that's kind of enough to motivate me, but I absolutely hate water. Okay, let me see. I'm going to put this embossing folder. This is a very thick embossing folder. I don't know what kind of sandwich we can make happen. Okay, let's try this. Nope. Might have to really push it through. not going to want to go. Okay. Ugh. I'm going to try to put this embossing folder through with just one plate. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't feel... I might have to add like a little shimmy kind of thing. Let's see, I don't think that's going to be enough. No. But 2 plates is too much. It's got to work though. Let's see, what are y'all up to? Oh, okay, Bex. Can you use some pink holiday print, 12 by 12? I'm not sure, Bex. I don't want to say no, but feel free to, if you remember, I promise I'll try to remember to message you on Instagram. I think I'm set because Lori actually told me that she has some, or she's actually put an order into Michael's, and so I don't want to say yes if I don't actually need it. Yeah, what is everyone working on today? Or how about, let's say this week. I know that not I'm sure many of you are at work today, so. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to get this through. What in the world? Have you ever had an embossing folder that is just too thick? Like, normally I can push it through. Okay, I'm going to have to just try, like a thick piece of paper again. I have this like scrap piece of paper. Thank you, Bex. Thanks for thinking of me. I do have a lot of journals to make. Christmas journals, that is, but I'm not sure. I still don't even think that's going to be good enough. Nope. Very odd. I love that I'm just random looking around for stuff to use. I don't think I've had this issue before where I absolutely could not use both of my embossing plates. Okay, I'm going to try 2 pieces of paper and this thin adapter. Let's see. I feel like that should do it. Very odd. Alright, we'll try 1 piece of paper and the thin adapter. This has gotta work. Okay, maybe I'll put it in like backwards. That's so weird. Spellbinders is a brand. I cannot get it through. I thought it wouldn't go through when I had just the thin adapter. Okay, now I gotta keep it down here actually, so we're gonna get this. You watch. Feel free to give me any tips on it. I am struggling. Can you imagine if I was gonna have to make 100 and like 50 of some whatever embossing? Yeah, that might not be enough. If I can't get it to go through my embossing, I'm so confused. Okay. We'll try a different combo. This is why, part of the reason why I really hate embossing. I know that there are some better embossing machines out there that, like, I realize you guys can't see me down here. I thought I was going to be here for a sec. I know there are some better embossing machines these days. Okay, that's not enough. Where it will just go through. Okay. I'm just going to keep using regular paper, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this is not what I was wanting to do today. Hello, if you're just joining, I'm sorry I'm down here. But I am trying to emboss a piece of paper, and I'm having the hardest time getting it to go through. No, that's not enough. I haven't had this much of an issue in a long time, so I'm gonna have to figure out why this is happening. It's so weird because it's like these little paper shimmies are definitely not enough, but then if I try one of my glass plates, it's just won't even budge. Okay. That felt like some resistance. I still think it's gonna need more. I guess I might have to think about this before. Okay, it's so pretty though. I guess once you get your little sandwich combo down, it's not too bad, but yeah, this is really pretty. Now it's gonna be hard on camera to see, or you can see that, huh? That is really gorgeous. Okay, so if you're just joining, I was talking about my ideas for my main item in my Christmas journal packs. And I have a few ideas that I just want to try out because I need to know right now if I need to order some more vintage Christmas postcards. And I ordered 100 today. They took all my money. But anyways, I need to figure out if I need more. Okay. It's gonna be pretty simple idea, but I think it will be pretty cute. And so I'm wanting to, I want to be able to use something vintage in my journal packs for Christmas, extra special. So I'm kind of thinking of making the issue. Most of the vintage Christmas postcards I'm finding are horizontal. And I really wish they were vertical because that just fits inside journals better. But I'm gonna just have to go with it. I have a variety of vertical and horizontal, so that's not really a huge deal. Anyways, let's go ahead and try to put this together and see if we can make it something a little bit different than just looking like a regular flip card. Oh, see, they have writing on them, and that's so fun. Let me see if I have another, since this is just an idea. I don't necessarily, oh, you know what? I guess that's just gonna be how it's gonna be, because all of mine have writing, and the ones that I just bought today, that lot of 100, they all come in sleeves, so I know that they're in really good condition, and a lot of them are from like 1920s, so that's fun. But anyways, I think some of them are gonna have writing as well. All right, so we're just gonna have to go with it. I love this postcard. Before I glue it down, let me see. Do you find those vintage postcards on eBay? I did, yes. And actually, once I get the order, I will share the shop with you guys. I want to just make sure it comes and it's good to go. But this shop did have, I mean, I can tell you ahead of time too if anyone wants to know. She did have some more vintage Christmas cards, but like it was $150 for the 100. And then the average price for like a lot of 20 is around $30 plus shipping. So I know that you can find things better deals if you're like out and taking your time to like go look around and all that, but I need 175 to 200, so I don't have that time to just like go look around. And I'm sure there's been plenty of people that have said like, hey, if you ever need this or that, always contact me, but I can't keep track. And I also don't, I don't like to do that anyways. I'd rather just spend my own money and get it. But yeah, I lost my vintage Christmas postcards. I have some from the 1900. Oh man, you know, I think this one is from yeah, it's from 1908. Should I cover this up? Oh man. Part of me says make it more of a flip so you can actually see if there's writing. What do I do, guys? This is a trial, so I could do a different one. I kind of just wanted to play around with a vertical, no, I keep saying it wrong, sorry, a horizontal one, because many of the ones that I'm getting are horizontal. Well, I could go with this one. This is not my favorite. It does have writing on it also, because I think it's fun for you to be able to see the writing and see, like, this has a stamp on it. This is from 1929. I have scanned these though, so have I? Oh no. Guys, now, see, I don't usually have an issue reusing or using stuff like this. I rarely do, but I'm like, really, this is one of the things that I never want to let go is vintage postcards, but luckily I have 100 coming. I could make it more of a flip. Gosh. Okay, let's work on the inside since this is not like me, guys. I don't normally have an issue with cutting things. So basically I want this to be a little, not a journal, but like a little folio, but I am thinking of putting like one little signature in, if that makes sense. Let's go. Since this is my trial, I'm going to use a paper that's not my favorite color, or it's not my favorite print, I should say. Okay, let me trim this down just to see. I like doing this on a live because you guys always will give me ideas. And let's see, what size do we need it? Sorry, I'm taking forever. I'm kind of, yeah, I'm thinking maybe it'll be like a little one signature, not signature, sorry. One, I don't know what to call it, page? I don't know. That's not really what I mean. I always want my Christmas packs to be a little something extra special. And so I try not to do little mini folios like this too much because they're really thick in the envelopes. But for Christmas, I think we can do it. Okay, so kind of, well, so let me read the comments real quick because I want to see if you guys have any ideas for what I should do with the cover. Do you think I should just glue, if my vintage postcards that I'm going to use for the covers have writing and like a stamp and a date, I was going to glue it down and have a little tag coming out the side, but should I instead have it like flip open? I don't know. Not open, but like flip up. Or do you think that little detail is maybe not a big deal? I think it might be really cute to have a little tag pocket. Okay, well, we're gonna come back to that. Let's see. For the little insides, I want to have a couple of pockets, and I will add in, if I have any vintage types of ephemera, I will add that in at some point, but I don't have all my Christmas stuff out right now. So we're just gonna play around with what we have. Oh, I wish, if you guys weren't on my phone, I've been taking a lot of screenshots of things that I want to try for inspiration. Okay. So I think if this is horizontal, we flip up, and I'm thinking perhaps, oh, a photo protector. Someone just said, I'm all about photo protector. Okay, hang on a sec. Okay, let me read this. Wait, cut the embossed paper so it only has half an inch fold over, then sew that to the top of the postcard. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes, okay. Because really I'm just covering up the embossing. That's a cute idea. Okay, I love that idea. But let me read because I also saw, yeah, sorry, I am a little late on the comments, Dawn. I see your idea. I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to love that. But I saw someone, okay, anti-caffeine crafts. I saw a lady use a double horizontal 4x6 photo box. Okay. Took up the whole page, but the journal, but okay. So I really like the photo sleeve idea too. Okay, how about, ooh, photo corners are a good idea. Oh, and then you can take it out. Okay. You guys, I love, this is why I do this stuff on lives. How about a pocket on the front with the postcard? We could do a pocket with the, I see what you're saying, Julie. I like that idea, but I kind of want the postcard to be the actual cover. I do like that idea, but I specifically am buying these and spending a little bit more money because I want them to be like the main event. But I would probably enjoy that idea for other journal ideas. Okay. Yeah, okay, Dawn, I totally know what you're saying. And if I try this out, you can tell me maybe if I'm doing something not what you meant. Yes, okay. Hi guys, if you're just joining. So I'm torn. I really like the pocket protect, or the, what do we want to call this? The photo sleeve idea, but you know what? I don't even think I have any right now. However, the postcards that I bought this morning are coming in photo sleeves. So I could try that out when those come. I also have like these clear adhesive little pockets. So, you know, I could just try that out right now. Let's see it, because I think this actually might fit perfectly. Because I kind of like both ideas equal right now. Ooh. Well, I thought it was going to work. No, a little too. So I would have to trim off a little. Because I was thinking something like this adhesive pocket. I could probably get some that fit, or you know what? I'm going to try it out with one. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm barely going to trim the edges. I'm fine with like altering things to make it work, but I'll be honest, I don't even know if the ones I bought today all have writing, so I might, but that's okay because we'll find something that we like. I'm cutting one that's not my absolute favorite. I mean, it's still actually so cute, but it's not one that I'm scared of messing up, I guess. See, I'll get comments from people being like, I don't know how you cut up those books and this and that, but I'm like, yeah, I don't have a problem cutting books up, but I definitely do have an issue with using certain things that I absolutely love. I just want to try out this little photo sleeve idea. Because I think it would be fun for you guys to be able to take the postcards out. If I did a photo sleeve idea, it's kind of cool because if you wanted, you could replace it with a different image or something. All right, you know what, this ain't working. If I did a photo sleeve idea, I could also add a tiny little tab on the postcard, which would be super cute. Let's just try both ideas. Yeah, let's try that. Might as well, because I feel like I'm liking them equal, and I'm getting so hot right now that I'm going to turn my air off. This room in my house it's chilly. Okay, there we go. Perfect fit. Okay, so I could always buy more of these clear adhesive things. And am I set on the embossing? I don't know. I could always use my embossing folder for something else. It is really pretty though. I do like how shiny it is, all of that. So let's try embossing one more. That way I'm not working with way too many ideas at once. Okay, what I should figure out is this is going, the one I'm embossing right now is going to be, oh, not the right size, Jessica. Oh dear. I need a different. Gonna have to get me some more metallic paper. Okay, this is going to be getting to be a mess before the day even starts. See, guys, I can never just do one of something. All right, if I want the embossing to be up and down, I think I actually have to fold my cardstock for the best look. Let's try this embossing folder once again. And you know what? I should get my paper straight. Okay, if I'm missing any comments where you guys are telling me to try something, I will look through, I promise, in a minute. And then, yeah. Oh, you're telling me you're not gonna fit through now? Probably because I folded my cardstock in half. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's up with this embossing folder, if I'm being honest. Is my embossing machine like broke or something? What in the world? Come on. I'm gonna make you go through. Wow, you guys. I don't understand. Oh, maybe, oh, you know what it was. Can't use the glass at all. Like, the glass plates. I don't know. I just had to put a bunch of shimmies of construction paper and I already forgot. And you guys might have been yelling at me in the camera like, you're doing it wrong. Although you can't see me, but all right. We'll figure out if this embossing hassle is worth it or not. This is a really pretty embossing folder. It's just, I think because it's a 3D, it's just thicker than normal. It's so pretty though, really. Okay, so for this one, the idea is to use this clear, we'll call it a photo sleeve. I think this is kind of hopefully the same idea-ish that Anti-Caffeine Crafts was mentioning. Photo sleeves are a little different. I will say what I like is that this has adhesive on it because I feel like using adhesive on plastic can be tricky. So, all right, try to get this straight. Like that. Let me read through the comments real fast and then I'll get going just to make sure y'all didn't give me some ideas. Okay, so we saw Dawn's idea sometimes. I really like the photo corners idea. Let me be honest, when I was doing a lot of scrapbooking, I used those photo corners all the time. And all the time, one of them would always fall off. And I would add adhesive. Sandra, hello. Carolyn, hello. Carolyn, I meant to message you about something. Oh, anyways, it's not a big deal or anything like that. My Patreon has been such a hassle, and the other day someone messaged me and was like, did you block me on Patreon? And I was like, no. I was like, but I deleted my international tier, and she was a part of that. And so I'm not sure what happened, but long story short, someone was asking if I could, never mind, it's really pointless. Diane, hello. I'm sorry, I'm going off on, okay. Sandra, and hello if you're just joining. I am working on some little mini folios, but it is kind of like a mini journal. I'm trying to come up with ideas for next month, Christmas in November. So anyways, back to the photo corners. I'm all over the place today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust photo corners. I don't have a magic mat. I don't know what that is. Oh, or maybe, well, let me see. Photo corners are a hit or miss for you too. Okay. Well, either way, I love that you suggested the photo sleeve. Okay, let me get going here. I'm taking forever. If you're just joining, yes, I'm trying to make some little mini like folios for my, I just bought a huge lot of Christmas vintage postcards. There we go. I can't get the words out. So I'm trying to think of a fun way to use them. Okay, so I really like Dawn's idea, so I think I'm going to go for that. And I'm going to, I think I might need to trim this one down a bit then, because I feel like the cover needs to be a little closer to the size. I think it would be okay, actually, if it's... So right now, my cover is like this. I think, Dawn, if I do your idea, which I totally get now, I'm going to add it to the... Okay, well, let's start with... We'll start with 1.5 inches. No, I probably only need like that much. Make sure this is straight. I'm thinking I might need to trim a little bit. Yeah, I think I don't want it to be too much wider than the postcard for this idea. This trimmer, I used to love it, but I lost the, there's like a little protector thing, and I think that is what actually holds your paper down. Anyways, it's still, the blade's fine, but okay. I think I'm using the wrong postcard. I think I was going to use another one, but that's okay. Okay, something like that. I have stuff everywhere. I love when I do this and I think, oh, I'm just gonna do this live for like 10 minutes. Where did my postcard go? Where did it go? Hey, what even postcard was I going to use? Hey, it was not this one. It's probably underneath. You guys, I'm getting hot. Where did my postcard go? It's right here. You guys ever get all flustered and don't know where anything is? Okay, now that I actually have the correct postcard, okay, I think it'll be okay if this is, okay. I like the idea of sewing it, but just since we're practicing, I'm gonna add a little line of glue. And it is gonna cover up a little bit. And if I am misinterpreting your idea, Dawn, feel free to try to, I'm really bad at trying to read like instructions on here. Okay, we'll need to let that dry. Trying to line it up just right, and because this paper is like a gold foiled kind of metallic paper, the glue is all slippery. So I guess the only thing now is that when I open it, you can see all of the details on the back, but I'm realizing that the whole point of me wanting to make this little folio is to have little pockets and things. So what I could do for this one is do like a vellum pocket that's decorative, because I'm kind of realizing that I really like this idea, Dawn, but yeah, I don't know if that, like, I think I might like the removable one better, so you can actually, yeah, because I think the writing is kind of throwing me off, because then when you open it, it's upside down. But let's try a little, we'll do that in a sec. We'll try a little vellum or some kind of, oh, you know what? Just for the sake of being easy, I could use the rest of this adhesive pocket. We could do like a little adhesive pocket that's see-through. And I realized you might, oh, a vellum. I didn't think about embossing the vellum. That's a great idea. I'm not going to do it right now for this one just because I feel like, well, we still could. No, we could. Okay. Where did my... That's a good idea. Embossed vellum always looks fun. Okay. And let me tell you, I realize I'm taking a very long time at all of this because I have things everywhere right now. Okay, I do like that vellum embossed idea. But let's also... Let's do like a double pocket for this one. I'm trying to show you as I'm going, but some things I just have to like try out. I don't want this stuff everywhere. Okay. The decorating can, you know, that can change as I'm making these, but I'm going to this, go like that. I am going to emboss some vellum because I think that's a cute idea. If I were going to do that though, is it too much to have the pocket or the vellum pocket embossed and the cover? I don't know. Realistically, that's probably going to make this project be a little too time consuming. Now if I was just making this for one of something, it would be fine, but I do have to keep in mind I have like a time limit, and I can't tell you exactly what that is, but I just know from doing this for years. For my main item, I have to make 175 of these, so it has to be something that I can recreate pretty, I don't know, yeah. I think that embossing two items per one might be a little too much, but I could always emboss the vellum and not the cover. That's something. Okay, let's go with, so I'll hold this up in just a moment so you can see what I'm working on here. Let's do the cute little deer. Now, I've been getting really inspired by just some things I've been seeing on Instagram. And I've been seeing some, I don't know, more fun like types of pockets for journals. So I think that I'm going to get a little more creative than this for my pockets. These are just like normal types of pockets that I do all the time, which is fine, but I kind of want these to be a little bit more something. And honestly, sometimes it just comes down to the shape of the pocket. Like, I don't know if you guys find that sometimes just a normal straight pocket, it's fine, but like, then sometimes I'll see like a diagonal pocket and it can make that much of a difference. Like, yeah, I don't know if any of that made sense. All right, since we're just doing a little trial here, I have a little side pocket, and then this is a top pocket. And I'll embellish these a bit more as well, but you know, just to get us started. Let's work with this one. So we have a horizontal opening and a vertical. So I'm gonna try the vellum for the inside cover, front inside cover. And then this, let's trim. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting kind of worn out on doing the same types of things for like, I want to change it up. I've been seeing a couple journal styles that I really like that's, well, I would have to show you. Silly me. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna do the same type of thing, but horizontal. And I just did my little circle notch, not in the center, but that's okay. And perhaps I'll sew these as well, but you know, I should have done this sideways. You know what? Yeah, you're not really, this is a horizontal opening, and I was gonna put this, let me show you. It would be a top loading pocket, and I'm realizing that it's not gonna be that easy to stuff things, so I think it needs to be a side. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, let's try this again. try it again. Let's see. I guessed on the size here. Okay, a little too. Let's try this. Oh, Sandra, she says, expect a package in the mail. Thank you. Oh, Diane says her internet is wacky. Well, is it lagging for anyone else, just to make sure it's not yours? Oh, let me read through real quick. A magic mat is a rubbery silicone mat that you can use instead of glass mats. Oh. You know what? I did used to have one of those. It has a lot of give and make stuff. Okay. Good to know. You know what? I used to have one on my I had one with my old embossing machine. Yes. Yeah. I'm always like, oh, this project will take 10 minutes, and then 3 hours later, oh yeah, same. Yes, Halloween sweater. Hi, Lindsay, and Christmas crafts. I thought about that. Vellum emboss, I like the most. Okay. Jody, hello. I'm all over the place today. Your internet is good though. Okay, embossing on the metallic gold is nice. I really like the embossing on the gold. In fact, I don't think I would use the gold if I weren't embossing it, if I'm being honest. So I'll have to figure that out. Okay. Let's get to getting here. So there we go. We've got a little side pocket, and that will be perfect for a tag or something of the sort. And I want to do like a double pocket situation, but I'm just going to use this because, again, this is just a little trial, so I shouldn't be so worried about the colors looking perfect and all of that. Okay. Yeah, I can play around with the exact pockets later because I want to look through I have like an album in my phone that has like inspiration ideas. Okay, but I'll show you. So very simple. You know, there's going to be a long pocket here, and this pocket goes all the way down here. And then on here, this little green card is a little side pocket too. Those colors kind of clash, but again, just for the trial, I think it's going to be fine. Okay, so vellum. Let's try that, and then I always got to open this door to get in here. Let's see. I think I have some pink vellum that would be fun to use. Yes, I do. I'm just going to fold this pink vellum in half and emboss the whole thing. Hopefully I got this down. I'll just put my vellum in the embossing folder, and now I have remembered no glass mats, just the paper. I can't believe I forgot about this embossing folder. Well, I can't. But I was thinking of ideas today. Okay, see, it's so funny. I had a feeling that this vellum might be a little tricky to emboss because it's like too thin, but that's okay. It's kind of cool. I'll probably add some ink. It's kind of not, like, it turned out fine, but it actually doesn't look that impressive if I'm being completely honest. Not as much as I thought. but we're gonna make it work for this. And for the sake of just making this a little quicker, I think I'm just going to do a single pocket. Well, yeah. This one, yeah, this vellum this kind of defeats the purpose, I think, putting a pocket on the inside of the postcard, because you're not really going to be able to see it, and I don't want to leave this blank. So I think I'll just go for it. I love the idea, but I think I'll have to keep trying ideas. I don't love this vellum. You know what? I don't really love how it looks. I mean, it is pretty. I don't know. I'll try it on this one, maybe. Well, that's not going to work there. I'm just not as impressed as I thought. Let's try adding a little ink. But I do think that the vellum pocket part probably will make this project be too much, unfortunately. Just because if I have to emboss it and then ink it, that adds quite a bit when you're doing 175. I love that I keep trying to use my trimmer, that it doesn't work. It does, except for the very end. Okay, for this pocket, I'm gonna take some brown ink, or actually this one called tea dye, and try to kind of just make the embossing pop a little bit more. Nope, that's not really working. Try frayed burlap. Okay, I think this is one of those days where it just sort of feels like nothing is quite right, if that makes sense. You know, the other thing I forgot about vellum, I hate gluing it. So I am going to use double-sided tape, but also I don't trust double-sided tape in the long run. But we'll just... I definitely feel like this project has potential, but yeah, it's just kind of like nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. I like the start of it, but I have quite a few things to figure out, I guess. Oh, Jody, thank you. That's so sweet. But I do try to share these moments just because I think a lot of us are hard on ourselves when it comes to crafting, creating, and I definitely always want you to know that, like, I struggle with things all the time. But of course, like, when I'm struggling big time, it's not fun to turn on the camera. Like, I do want to share those moments with you, but, like, you know, it's just not gonna help most of the time. But moments like these, I feel like kind of work out good. Okay, yeah, I don't think I like the embossing on the vellum. Great idea, and if it looked better, yeah, okay. But we've got a good start. This is a good start for sure. So we have this, and then you can pull, I'll probably add a little tab or something on the postcard if I go that route. And then so far we have a pocket, 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 and they will look so much cooler, I feel like, when you put things in the pockets, obviously. And we can still emboss a bunch of things. In fact, I'll go ahead and Let's just, we won't spend too much time on embossing, but cute. I'm gonna add a little holly die cut on this pocket. And ooh, I love poinsettias so much. And I'm thinking like lace and stuff would look also super cute for embellishing, but I'll save that for when I'm actually working on the project. Today is just to see, can I do a main idea with these postcards that I really like? That way I know if I need to order more. Okay. Then, you know, I might not even, I'm not sure. Am I gonna sew pages in? I might. I'm gonna come down here. I'm not gonna move the tripod right now because this tripod doesn't work well with this phone and you guys will go flying. But I'm gonna try to sew my page in here. Do a back stitch. When I sew pages into like a kind of a journal cover or something, I always do a back stitch at the beginning and the end. Okay. I'm gonna have to test out too and see, is this gonna work? Is this too thick? I think I'll risk it for Christmas, honestly. You know what? Sorry, I probably won't finish out this one, but I'll show you what they're gonna look like. Okay, let's add some type of tab. Honestly, just for the sake of the video, perhaps I'll just do, I had a piece of paper, it was this one, here we go. Oh, I have a tab punch somewhere, don't I? Ugh. Yes. Now I'm thinking of Christmas music. Guys, I've got a mess. I got everything everywhere. Okay, we're gonna fold. Let's see. I'm trying to think what way this needs to go. Yeah, that should work. Let's add our little tab on the postcard. So one of my concerns with these clear adhesive pockets that I'm using is I'm gonna have to look up. I feel like I remember them being kind of expensive, like if I need 175. So we'll have to see that. But the other thing is, let me show you, but it's a little like, it's not completely flat, if that makes sense. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay. And I could just try out making the cover a postcard and not have it in a sleeve, but I sort of feel like that does add to it being a little more interactive. Okay, so remember, this is going to be the main idea for my journal pack. So I don't usually do like an actual journal, but I feel like this ends up being kind of like a little mini journal on its own. I still have the journal tier, so you'll be able to pull out the postcard. And I know that some are going to have details on the back, which I think that might be nice. I don't know. It's not, it doesn't have to. I don't have to, I mean. And then you'll open it up. I think it's gonna look cuter if I fill the pockets right now. And then I'm not sure what I'll do for pages, but I was thinking a little fold out thing. And then, and it's just, again, these aren't supposed to be a journal, so I'm only adding like one folded page. And then pocket. So let's quickly just add a couple of things in the pockets. Yeah, you know what? I really shouldn't be doing this right now. So we'll just take a little tag. Yeah, we can fill it with more festive stuff later. I think this will just help us get an idea of what it might look like. I'm just gonna grab some things from my little basics area. Maybe a little mini envelope, a little vellum envelope, yeah. Okay. That. Let's add a little bit of seam binding to this tag. And then basically, since these will be a part of my journal packs, you know, the lower tier will probably just get the basic version. And then as it goes up, I will add more details, add more things. And this will be a good project to be able to really do that with, I think. Okay. I definitely like the start. I want to play so bad. I want to add lace and things like that, but I think even with the pockets filled, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with, I already said, with the pages, like maybe it'll be a double-sided page, maybe it'll be a coffee-dyed page. See, we got little things in the pockets here. So I definitely think it's a good start. I'm gonna have to really play around with the horizontal ones and deciding if I'm okay covering up the writing. Dawn, I did really love your idea here, how you had told me to attach it, but I'm kind of realizing that unless I can see all of the details, I don't really know that this makes me like love it more. I don't know if that made sense. I like the idea, but just maybe not for the postcards here today. So yeah, I'll have to decide. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look right now because I'm kind of curious. Yeah, what I was gonna say about these clear adhesive pockets is I think they might be really spendy. I'm gonna see. And I probably already spent a big chunk of my budget on postcards and some of the other things. Oh, I have fun things that I've been buying that I can't wait to show you. Anyways, yeah, this is kind of like a wavy. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it doesn't really lay flat. I don't think any of you guys are gonna care about that. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is just gonna be a month where I'm just gonna have to deal. Oh yeah, that's gonna be, yeah. Well, that's okay. I will figure that part out. Like I said, I definitely want to do something along the lines of this. Maybe for the lower tiers, what I could do is have it more of just the folio and not that center page. That's an idea too. Just because I still think it would be super fun and cute and usable without this center page. But I always like your feedback, and just keep in mind these are just ideas. I have not quite figured it out, so they could change as we go along, but I definitely think it's a good start. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and just kind of hang with you and do a couple things before I go so I can see if you have, anything that you wanna add. I'm gonna put like all of my paper scraps just in this paper pad here. I might use all of them. I'm so excited to use vintage postcards. I'm gonna get them and not want to get rid of any of them. I know it. But And honestly, I might even change my ideas completely away from this. So if you have seen things, if you have ideas and you're like, oh, you should try this out, feel free to keep the ideas coming. I'm always happy to try things, look into things, all of that. Just gonna pop that in there. Okay, this wasn't too bad. We've got our beautiful embossing folder. I am glad that I remembered that I have this embossing folder now. I'll show you which one it is in case anyone wants to know. And then I gotta get back to finishing up my Halloween journals, things like that. So it's Spellbinders 3D Christmas cameos, just in case. You know, it's been a while since I've made like a faux leather, and that would look really pretty embossed too. The vellum, I was actually surprised. The vellum just didn't really do it for me, and I'm actually surprised because I love embossed vellum. I don't think I showed you guys too well. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty and it's hard to see. I could have done a better job at inking it and stuff too, but it just didn't blow me away like I thought it was gonna. Okay, we're done with this, so let me bring you closer. I'll read your comments. We'll put Christmas back to Christmas. Okay. Oh my gosh, yes, I have some, I think perhaps maybe I've showed you guys some things. I don't know. I can't remember if I did a haul to show you. Because I also have a bunch of really fun Christmas items, such as the 2025 Tim Holtz Christmas ephemera pack. I'll be using this for embellishing things. I have these really fun, cute, pretty Christmas cards as well, which I was planning to use these for my actual journal tier, and I was already trying out some different things. As you can see here, I was cutting little ovals out for the Christmas covers. So I have really fun ideas already for the Christmas journals, like very specific ideas, but it's really just, I think I struggle with the main idea a lot. But let's drink some gross water and see what y'all's are doing here. Oh, and so sorry if I'm taking a while to respond to your comment. Okay. Bex, you're not here, but thank you. Need a long arm stapler. Do you have any ideas for purchasing one? Jody, I don't know if anyone else answered you. I've never had one, but it would be really cool. I get most of my stuff from Amazon, and I remember seeing one on Amazon or looking into one a while ago. I think I just remember it being kind of spendy, so I don't know off of like experience. B says, yikes, that would make more work, the vellum process. And I am always down to do a little extra work for something like this month. I ended up doing these color changing pockets for my wildflower members. So I had to make 75 of these. And I'm needing to pack these up. Anyways, well, let me just tell you, I say this all the time that I'm usually pretty good at estimating like how much an item, how long something's gonna take. These were not the main item, so these should not have taken me more than my main item, but they did. However, I'm still so happy to send these to my wildflower members. But yeah, these took forever because I had to cut out the frames, and I kind of forgot that there were like 3 different layers. I had to watercolor each card that went with them and then stamp on acetate, which I forgot is such a, you have to have the acetate and the paper match up perfectly. And then, yeah, so that's like an example right there. Like I could have gave up on this idea and just said, you know what, that's going to take too long. Let me try like something that's more time efficient for what is allotted for that spot in the packs. That didn't make sense, but you probably get what I'm saying. But I was like, no, I've been dying to make these for my Patreon members. I wished I could have also included them for my Orchid members, but I actually went with the layered pockets. Yeah, this is what became the main item. So I'm still very, very happy with the main items too. But anyways, okay. Let me go back through. Ooh, Katia is making Christmas cards. Oh, will all of these, Jody's asking if these will be available on Etsy. I don't sell on Etsy anymore. I haven't for years, except for during the summer I did a D-stash sale or something, and my website was completely down, so I used Etsy just as like an emergency placeholder. But other than that, I don't actually use Etsy. I technically have a shop, but no, at the time I only have time available. I make these items for my Patreon members. I really wish I had time to make like extra journal packs and things just for my website, but right now all of my time goes to making things for my journal packs that go to Patreon members. And I do from time to time have open spots. Love your items for your Patreon. Thank you. And Jody, I will say I'm trying really hard to be able to make enough journals. I already have to make 30 journals a month for my Patreon members. I'm hoping to make a few extra Christmas journals just for my website. And if I do that, I always announce it here on YouTube at some point. So, Michelle, yeah, these color changing, they did take a long time. But again, it was a pretty enjoyable process because there's lots of different steps. I'm going to quickly look at one thing and then I'm going to move on. Amazon clear adhesive pockets. And what size do I need them to be? Making me feel like a woman. Making me. Okay. Let's see. I need them to be. Thank you guys so much for your ideas and things too, and your feedback. This is 3.5. Well, that was longer. 3.5. We'll say 3.5 inch. We'll just say 3.5. Figured I'll just bring you guys along for this 5x3. Now it has to, I do need a very specific size, so dang, just for 10 it's $5, and I need 150, so might have to come up with another idea. Let's try again. Clear adhesive pockets. There might be, sometimes things are under a different name, so it's like, yeah. 3x5. There's a 44 pack for $8. Okay, that's doable, but I don't think it's the right size. No, it has to be 5.5. Dang. 3.5 by 5.5. Well, if I can find the right size, it might actually be doable. Oh. Here's a pack of 100 for $20. So I'd have to get 2 packs, but 3.5, I think that's exactly the size. 4x6. Sorry guys, you don't have to hang out anymore. Okay, I see a couple options. A 4x6. It might, I had to trim this one down if I do recall, so would 6 be too? I could always trim if I need to. Well, not really. Okay, a 4x6 actually might be perfect as long as it's top loading. No, I think these are side loading. Okay, well. At least with Amazon I could buy them and compare. You know what? Because since I did buy a lot of 100 postcards, I realize right now they might vary in size. Most postcards are the same. This, okay, wait, a 4x6, that's actually gonna be fine. It's gonna take up the whole front, but let's just do it. Okay, I think that will be perfect. So yeah, thank you guys for ideas and hanging out. And I can't wait to get into Christmas crafting, but for now, I gotta go back to finishing Halloween stuff. I'm gonna package Wildflower, get that out today, I'm pretty sure. And then I will be working on busting my booty to try to get my Halloween journals out. I hope by Monday. I feel so bad. It's so close to Halloween, but I did give everyone a heads up that these were gonna be probably getting out towards the end of the month. And yeah, last night I started work right when I dropped my kids off at school, and I was still working around like 8 p.m. So I've been working as hard as I possibly can to not be so late, but yeah. Okay, guys, anyways, sorry. My kitten is probably sleeping. I would go get him, but do we want me to? Okay. Thanks for just listening and hanging out. I need that ephemera pack. I'm so low on ephemera. Oh, do you mean the Christmas one that I had or the Tim Holtz one? If you wanted me to tell you the names of any of them, feel free to either shoot me a message on Instagram or if I see your answer here. Getting my planner caught up, so I thought I'd pop in. Hi, Kelly. Well, it's the tail end of this live. Oh, you have a tiny white bunny. That's adorable. Gosh, I have always wanted to look into what kind of care it is for bunnies. Carolyn, thank you. I hope you have a good day. Okay, and yeah, I need to go back. Like I said, I think I needed to message you about something, but I can't remember what it is. It had something to do with Patreon, so I'll have to look through my notes. It's definitely not anything like super important, but Pamela, hello. I'm actually gonna log off, guys. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for hanging out, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, wait, I love that I logged off on the computer thinking that I logged off on you, but you're still here. Imagine I just had you there all day. Do you guys want to see the kitty since you're still here? Actually, I'll keep you on me real quick. We'll see who's still happened to stay on. This is very trusting taking you through my house because I don't know what it looks like right now. No, my house is usually pretty clean. Let's see, who do we have here? Hi. Yes. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I should let you touch my face because you fell in the toilet today, but you guys, I had to give him a bath this morning because he fell in the toilet. It was actually hilarious. And this cat, he does not mind water. Arlo was taking a bath the other night, and I hear her go, and in for a little dip. And then I was like, there's no way, because the cat would be going crazy. And I go, Arlo, you didn't dip the cat in the water, did you? She goes, yeah, he loves it. And I was like, no. I was like, cats don't like water. So she puts him out. And he's just cleaning himself, but he's just as chill as can be. And I was just like, you are kidding me. I was like, well, let's not put the cat in the bath anymore because the soaps and stuff might be... Okay, I would love to just sit here and chill, but I gotta go, and so do you guys.